Rundown.
What's going on, everybody? John Anthony, Chair Shot Sports, Sport Coin affiliate, always powered by Zoa Energy. Woo! What a raw, guys. Damn, from start to finish, they started high, they ended it high. Thank you so much for joining us. As always, I'll introduce the crew. I have my co-host and tag team partner mostly every day of the week, Princess Skywalker, Jesse B. How's it going, Jesse?
Hello, everybody.
Awesome.
Sorry if I cough your guys' ears off. I'm sick.
Okay. And this make sure Tank stays out of the room. And then It's a tale of two mics. I have Mike from Kicking Out at 2, and I also have Big Mike from the Run In Podcast. Gents, thank you so much. Appreciate you guys taking the time.
Thank you.
What's up?
So it's late. We've been watching a lot of stuff. It's been a long weekend for all of us. Let's jump right into it. Raw starts out hot, man. Here comes CM Punk, hot, coming out of the Jeep with a hot mic, dropping a pipe bomb, man. Calling out The Rock, calling out Cena, two bald frauds. After what happened this past Saturday, the promo was awesome. Telling Becky to come get your man because if you don't, he's going to be in a wheelchair, which makes sense because of his bad knees, but it's neither here nor there. So awesome. They fight up and down the arena for a little bit. The best 20 minutes, I think, on a Netflix Raw so far. This is probably the kickoff. Your thoughts on the entire CM Punk segment from start to finish? Big Mike, I'll start with you.
It was great. Like you said, it was probably one of the better segments that they've had since they've come to Netflix. CM Punk's best promo since he's come back to WWE. Maybe one of the best ones ever. I mean, it's hard to top the pipe bomb, obviously, but I mean, this one was pretty damn good. And then the pull apart brawl, taking place throughout the night, apparently, even backstage with Adam Pearce. I'm ready for this match. I'm wondering, what it's going to end up being and what they're going to end up doing with it.
I think we might see a return next week, but we'll see what happens. Jesse, what are your thoughts?
So I just have to say, CM Punk's shoes were not it tonight. The fucking sole on them bitches was this fucking thick. I was like, are you trying to look taller than you really are, bro? I just have to bring up the shoes.
Everyone knows, first of all, to Phil's defense, the man is a sneakerhead. Okay, he's probably just wearing. It's probably somebody's shoes. Someone wanted him to wear them out there for the show. Being on the table, everyone's seeing those shoes. Okay, but I mean, it could be the height. I don't think so.
But yes, I agree. It was a good promo. He's good at promos. I can't deny that.
He's amazing.
Amazing at promos.
Yeah,
but it's the same promo, different person. It's the same promo, different opponent.
Yeah, but it's the fact of what he says and how he attacks them. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I'll tell you what. I don't want to tell me I'm being an asshole here. Like, I get what you're saying. I get it. It's the same stuff. I'm the best in the world. You've done this. I get it. But the Rock and Cena one is totally different. Like, that I get that. But I get what you're saying. It's kind of just insert here. But nobody does it better than Mike. When he gets hot like this, and they just like go out and do what you got to do. This is when it's good. This is when he's best. Like Mike was saying, that's when he's the best.
I mean, he could have left off I'm going to get us canceled off Netflix because he really didn't say anything that bad. I mean, that may have been a little much.
Maybe it was the Rock stuff, like pissing off the Rock, but that one didn't affect Netflix, so I didn't know.
Netflix didn't give a shit.
No. Then in fact, we get two bullshit words dropped, and then McAfee's swearing. I'm like, oh, here we go. We're just gonna let it all out one night after the Elimination Chamber. Let's go.
Well, I mean, Cody dropped an F-bomb on Peacock, so
that was so good. It was so good. Oh
yeah, I didn't get to join you guys for that one, but what a fucking chamber.
Oh God, and just go fuck. Oh, so good. Mike, your thoughts?
Well, it's always good when they say fuck on the Peacock, but CM Punk, this is the one thing like Grunkle Phil is great at. Like, give him a mic, he goes out there and just says, "Give me a name." Like, they could have said anything, and he'd have been like, "All right, I'm going to go down that road." He knew where he was coming back to. He was coming back to get to where he needed to with Seth.
Rollins,
it's like, give me some.
And not for nothing, Cole and Pat gave him the names. Like, give me a name. And he's like, Rock, oh, go fucking Rock, go on, Rock. I got
All right,
Rock.
so let's go. And so just off the cuff, throwing it out there.
Yeah.
I do love the pull apart being different than it usually is because Trip does love his pull aparts. In one a lot, but this like, through the night, all the way through, getting to the point where we finally get Seth out of the building, it was different than the rest. So as long as we keep it different each time, I'm good with us continuing to have those.
But how about the stupid security guards when at the end where Adam Pearce says, keep him in his bus, and they all stand in front of the bus when the door's on the side. And I'm like,
right.
All he has to do is turn.
Like, good job.
Come on. Yeah,
one job.
All he has to do is go the opposite way.
One job.
So, I mean, he can really do whatever the hell he wants. Good job, guys.
You had one job. Yeah, like John said, you had one fucking job, and you stand at the front of the bus instead of in front of the door.
You get one shot at this on TV on Raw.
You get one shot, one opportunity, like Eminem said. And you blew it, bud.
Fumbled
That's why they're in developmental.
They're tired. They just did LFG. That's fine.
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
What's going on, Lady Alpha? Thank you so much for tuning in. Appreciate you. Thank you so much.
What's up, Lady Alpha?
But yeah, no. LFG. We'd have a call back to that. They're tired. Listen. Whoever's team that was, that coach is going to call them out on Sunday. I guarantee you.
Right?
The hell y'all doing? Make me look bad.
God, you guys making me look bad out there. And then we get apparently Gunther is going through this phase of just something, taking on just obviously Alpha Academy. Tozawa was last week. Now we get Otis. Not for nothing, man. You would think these matches are going to be squashes, but the matches are good. I mean, Otis. I've said it before. Otis. I know they're comic relief and they kind of get filler. They can wrestle, man. Tozawa showed it last week. Yeah, Otis can wrestle, man. That dude is like just kept behind for no reason. But he looked great. It was a great match. And Gunther obviously selling it to him, letting him have, all the way up to the end, just obviously winning it. But and then attacking Alpha Academy. Here comes Jey Uso. Gets him just rinse and repeat. We had it last week with Tozawa when he came down. And we'll talk about the promo in a little bit as far as that. So that was
even Gunther's promo was the same fucking promo that we heard last week.
You're
coming out, talking the same shit about Tozawa. It was just like I said before, insert Otis's name into it, and it was the same damn promo as last week.
Yeah, he was
like,
definitely wilding out. He was definitely wilding out.
It's fucking Gunther, for Christ's sakes. Like, stop making him do the same fucking goddamn boring ass promo every fucking week. Gunther is boring. Thank you, Lady Alpha.
He's better 100% with than you a fat on that joke. One. That's the thing that bugs me. You made a fat joke. You are better than that. I have heard him tear people apart psychologically on the mic, and he went with, "Look at you."
And I think it was just a freak. Like, come on, man! Like, what are we doing? You're so on a higher intellectual level than the rest of that roster. You're making lowbrow fat jokes. Like, what are we doing? But so
yes, Tony Hayes, that is.
Oh, jeez. Io and Rhea, we get the little promo for their main event. They announced that for Raw. That's going to be the main event. Then we get an AJ Styles promo. Karrion Kross is now trying to put his claws into AJ Styles, and apparently got the job done with having him call him out next week at MSG, and Karrion got another one. I've said it before, man. I know he's doing a lot of backstage stuff. I just really hope now. Obviously, they pretty much disbanded the entire group. It's just him and Scarlett left. I really, really hope this is all leading up to something after Mania, and they reset the year, and he really gets a really good singles push going. Maybe it's the summer of Cross or the summer of Cena. Probably it's going to be too, but I hope Cross kind of gets his way and does some stuff over on Raw. Really hope for that. Seeing him at SummerSlam doing something.
Did you say Scarlett left? Did I hear you right?
No. All that's left is him and Scarlett.
Like okay. All that's left is Scarlett. Oh, okay. I misheard you. I was like, wait, what? Did I miss something?
But we really want to see her on the social media stuff, though. Like, they don't really even put her on TV.
She does.
She hadn't been there in a while.
Yeah, just her.
But I love the touch that instead of coming out with the man bun like he normally does, he lets the locks flow to show AJ he's not the only one that can have nice hair.
I saw someone put
a nice pressed. Oh yeah,
we're both Maybelline.
That promo sponsored by Pantene Pro V.
Soccer moms are us. And then we get our first title match of the night, the Women's Intercontinental Championship. We have Ivy Nile taking on Lyra Valkyria. Great match, man. Great match. Ivy showed out just like we all knew she would. Comes up a little bit short. Hits the night. Lyra hits the night wing. Gets the 1, 2, 3. I want to see these titles move hands. We talk about it week after week. We've all talked about it on one of our shows. I don't want to see you play hot potato, but come on, man. Like, if anyone's going to take that belt, Ivy is just such a deserving person. Or maybe Zelina, maybe. I don't know. But what are we doing? Like, are we waiting till Mania? Are we going to have the titles move at Mania? I mean, that makes sense. But it's like, make the titles move on Raw. Again, you already had one at the end of the night, so maybe tonight wasn't the move to do the IC title and the World Championship for the women. But hopefully in the long run, and we'll talk about the tag match too, but I just hope that more people just kind of get more of like touching belts like with these mid-card ones. There's no need to have them hold it for not like days on end. No need for that. We had enough of that with Roman. So your guys' thoughts on that?
I don't know.
In fairness, that was only her second defense.
It's true.
No. And holding the belt for how long?
Yeah, and it was only her second match.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I get the defenses, but I look at more at the opponent, right? It needs to make sense like on that side. And Ivy gave it to her, man. Like she really did. She was awesome in that ring. Definitely excited to see more of her moving forward.
The thought that we had over on our show when we've talked about the two mid-card belts is we gave one to Chelsea because Chelsea is a known talent and the talent can make the belt.
Mm-hmm.
And then on this side, we gave it to a relatively unknown, give her the title, make the belt help build her. And maybe that's just what they're doing is they're trying to get her up to that level to have her face something more prominent. I don't know, but I agree. Like tonight could have been it. But then again, we don't know what the rest of the story is with this whole I want to beat the Luchas and
well, we'll talk about that.
Yeah. Like that whole thing with them, we don't know where that's going because that seems like it's becoming a comedy gimmick. And if so, we can't give her the IC belt.
Real quick,
and I also saw too. I figure I know where you're going to go with this next thing, but not for nothing. I saw on X that one of the promos that we don't normally get to see because it's overseas on Netflix and doesn't have commercials was Bayley actually talking right before that match about keeping her eye on it as well. You also have Raquel who mentioned keeping her eye on it. So it looks like they are going to build some people, some kind of bigger talent into that as well. So, I mean, hopefully Bayley goes. I'd like to see Bayley and Lyra. I mean, that'd be a good match. Maybe that's what they're holding it for, is to give give somebody like Bayley a chance to have a mid-card title and really, really put that to work. But who knows?
I think those two getting hands on each other would be good. I would really like that match. Anytime Bayley's in the ring with any talent, it's always a good match from start to finish. Your boy Sped checking in, Mike. Say what up?
I see him. What's up, Sped? How's it going, brother?
Did want to address this too. Also, I did tweet about this. Saw them in the background. I feel like that might be the new member, or at least they're trying. They're going to tease that a little bit. But that was cool to see. At least seeing them in the background. So wait a minute. So that was cool.
The only thing I don't like about that though is the whole point of Karrion Kross's gimmick is that he takes people and turns them to the dark side.
Yep.
Judgment Day is already there. Him getting involved with them doesn't really do anything for that character. That's the only thing. That's the only blowback I would put back on that. I don't want Karrion with a good guy group or with a bad guy group. If you're going to put him with somebody like Alpha Academy and let that turn them a little bit darker.
Mm-hmm.
You know, let him start getting in their ear, and then see the darker side of Otis or the darker side of Tozawa that we probably haven't seen in forever. You know, that we've only seen in Japan. You know, let him get in somebody like those guys and start turning a new leaf with them. That's what I want to see.
I could kind of see it though. And Sped, please plug your ears. I know you don't want to hear disparagement about Dom. But Dom's kind of a joke character right now. And so what if the turning him to the dark side is just like, you're better than Finn. Like you've been North American champ.
That's what I was
the girl
saying.
is tag champ. You
Could
should
be
be running
Turning
this.
him against Finn.
And they're already halfway there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like even
So
before
make
the
it
whole
prominent.
Yeah. No,
But setting all that up, they've kind of set Finn to be more of the heel and Dom more of the babyface. Normally, Karrion is turning people heel, so maybe the talk if he joins, he's getting more in Finn's ear. That way, it can go the way because they've already started letting Dom do more face stuff other than when he's out there with Liv. But maybe that's a different way they can go.
That's gonna be interesting. That was definitely a good tidbit to see. I caught that. I was like, yes, that's gonna be interesting to see where we go with that. Then we have Punk and Rollins in the back. Another pull apart when they're trying to talk to Rollins. Finally, obviously, they get Pierce and Seth have their face off, and he's like, "That's it. Then fine, end it." So next week, MSG, Steel Cage, Punk, Seth on Raw and MSG. Your thoughts, guys, on how that match might go, Jesse?
It's hard to say how that match is going to go because I thought it was going to be more of a WrestleMania thing. I wasn't expecting it to be on Raw next week. So, I mean, Punk got the first one, but I think Rollins gets this one.
All right. I like that. Big Mike?
I don't have a freaking clue, to be honest. I'm kind of with Jess. I thought they were going to do this at Mania. I get kind of what Sped's saying too, and what we've all talked about before about Roman kind of inserting himself at some point.
Those are my thoughts.
But I mean, if you're going to be at MSG, why not advertise him to at least be there as an appearance? That way you get his draw as well. But they haven't announced him until late March to be on any shows, so I don't know.
Could be a surprise appearance, maybe something like kind of get people to watch.
I guess.
I don't know, but yeah, I agree. If you're going to put Roman on TV, you got to announce that. You can't waste that appearance, especially in a cage. People, or it's one of the things where people are going to tune in for that match to see Punk and Rollins, and then obviously Roman's going to show up or do something on the show. So, I don't know, maybe kind of putting faith in that match, drawing enough eyes. So, Mike, some of your thoughts?
It's going to be brutal. As far as the end, what's that place with all the stuff on the wall? That restaurant, Shenanigans. That's right. It's gonna be Shenanigans. Nobody wins.
Good callback. That was good. Kaiser comes out, kind of leaning on the European elegance kind of thing. Talking about Penta. Penta comes out. Those two go at it. Penta sends them packing. They get shot out. Hey, apparently from the dirt sheets and what I was talking about, Ray Phoenix is a free agent, so that's exciting. That's probably more sooner than later. I would imagine to see those two on a card, some kind of match at Mania, if I had to guess. But it's very nice to see he's finally out of there and on his way over to WWE to join him, because those two are going to be. Me and Jesse talked about it a lot too on the AEW show. Like those two together are going to be fire.
Because they always were.
Yeah. Always, man. And they're gonna that's a big deal to do, because those two are so good. Like that's really gonna raise the bar for the tag teams. Like really do against those two to beat the belts off of them. Like you really gotta step your game up.
I was almost waiting for them to announce next week at Madison Square Garden was like a tag team done in Kaiser against Penta and a mystery partner. Next week. I fully expected that at some point. But
German Butch against
apparently not yet. Yeah.
We go in the back. We got Bianca given the no answer in regards to her thoughts on the two of Jade and with Naomi. I feel like that's going to get dragged out. I'm just going to say it, like SmackDown right now is like the show. Everything that's going on right now that's huge is on Friday nights. Monday you got Jay, cool, but like, I feel like a lot of this is overshadowed. Poor Jey Uso. Like everyone, he's like, yeah, I got a shot too. And everyone's like, yeah, fuck you. We don't care about your shot. We want to see what's going on with this guy over here. So that's going to be good. But Friday nights, man, I'm excited for Friday to see a lot of stuff. If John talks, what he comes out in, what he looks like, what the music is. I shared the Chris Van Fleet interview from a while back when they were like, okay, we're going to do it. And John was like, that's fine. In 48 hours, I had a new theme, new outfits, different colored jorts, the whole nine. So it's gonna be interesting to see if he does come on Friday, what he looks like and what the music is. So Friday's gonna be a big deal for USA and for SmackDown. So I'm excited for that. And then we have the Gable segment. And if anybody knows and seen the movie Seven, you never want to know what's in the box, right? I mean,
no, you don't want to know what's in the box.
Don't ask, man. You don't want to know what's in the box. I think we're all in agreement here. It's gonna be a mask. It's a mask. It's got to be.
Yeah,
Mike, shout out to Big Mike for the.
It's not a dick in a box.
That was great. I saw that. I was like, yes, that is great. It's just weird to me what we're doing with Chad right now. Like, what are we doing with Chad Gable? Like, I don't know. Are we making him into a comic?
I was really hoping the old man would like lead him to Alistair or lead him to La Parca. Like lead him to somebody that makes sense.
Yeah.
We didn't even know who the old guy was. It was
Yeah.
just you now hold all the power. What kind of mask is that?
What?
They hired the guy
Okay,
from
okay,
Gremlins.
so
I
give me-
don't know.
If he puts the mask on and there's some weird winning streak and it's great, okay. If it's some weird like comical mask that he puts on, I'm gonna be like, man, what are we doing with Chad? Man, Chad's in the mud. Dude signs a big ass contract. He was getting so high, and this is where we give him his own group. And here's where we're at. It's like
The history of some of this stuff. What I'm
This is what
expecting
we're
is I'm
doing.
expecting like a Festus type thing where he goes in there, he puts on the mask, and then he's like a lucha genius. Where he takes off the mask and has no idea what he's doing. It's like Mike.
I blacked out. What happened? I don't know.
Yeah.
I blacked out. Did I win?
I blacked
No.
out. What happened
What are you
was
doing?
What happened?
Is it too weird?
What
Is it
happened
Olympic wrestler
is it too weird for it to ask for it to be a Shark Boy mask?
a Shark Boy mask.
or Curry Man?
Get the homicide mask?
Or Eric?
Daniel doesn't use it anymore.
That's true.
There's some good
Yeah,
masks.
that
out there.
segment was fucking interesting. It was just that's the only word I have for it is
Why you do that?
interesting.
Silly.
It was just
I like
it
that.
was
L Shorty
silly
G.
and danger. It was
So much
silly and
danger. What are we
danger.
doing with it?
And I don't know.
Yeah, I just I don't know, man. I don't know. I just oh no, wait, hold on. What is this? No, stop it, man. Come on. We're not going back to Shorty G, man. Come on.
No, it's L Shorty.
L
G.
Shorty.
L
Totally
G.
Shorty.
different.
Okay, either way, man.
Should it be like El Poquito G?
I do like his other comment too that we just slid right past that. It was an old Chinese man in
Yeah,
Mexico.
I caught that. While I was watching, I'm like,
Also,
why is there an old Chinese man in Mexico giving him a box about luchadors? That's one of these things is not like the other.
Is wrong.
With
Funny,
the Fu
we're-
Manchu. You can't forget that
know-
part. It was a Chinese
know-
man with a Fu Manchu.
I know who you are, but where are your 4 turtles? Where are you?
Exactly.
Like, what does an old Chinese man have to do with
That's what's in the
lucha?
box. It's 4 turtles.
See, now that you've said that, I want him to come out just with like a blue or red mask around his eyes next week.
There's 4 of them. Give them each a
Oh,
color. It
hell.
works.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, hell.
Shut up. No way. Lady Alpha. Yo, that would be such a weird turn. We just go full circle with the whole thing. Oh man. It's gonna be interesting. I'm excited to see what happens.
At least it is interesting. At least it's not. He just comes back in 3 weeks and he's like, "I've learned everything," and it's like, okay. At least they're paying it off somehow. So I'll give them that. And yeah, it was stupid. It was funny. But you need some of that every now and then in your wrestling.
And not for nothing, man. He paid that Chinese guy like $600. That dude just
Yeah.
don't stop. I see your hundreds. Keep going.
I mean,
Well,
I'll go
everyone's
order a mask off
after that.
Temu and sell it to him for that much.
Everyone knows you don't show the usually this is what I got. Here you go.
I've got some leather masks in my closet. Wait, no, those aren't for sale. Sorry.
No,
I
that's
blacked out for a
Mike,
second.
no, Mike. Come on, Mike. Nah, this is a family show, man. Speaking of the American made, the Creeds get their title shot against the War Raiders for the Raw Tag Championships. Again, the Creeds at the Creed show won the damn match. Holy shit! Like wow, shooting star presses, 450s. These boys can go.
Yeah.
And I get it. Like, we all don't know the story, how it's going to end up, like when they're going to have a time. But man, those kids are amazing. What a showcase for the Creeds, man. I'm telling you, those boys are awesome. They were awesome in NXT. It's great to see what they're doing on Raw. Big Mike, I'll start with you as far as your thoughts on the tag match and the result.
I mean, these 4 aren't going to have a bad match, but I mean, I love the War Raiders. At the end of every one of their matches, it's like, okay, yay, I guess.
Yay.
Am I happy?
I mean,
I'm cheering. Am I we cheering? Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of it. I mean, they've got great matches. They have good moves. It's just there's nothing that they've really been able to sink their teeth into. And I don't know if they're holding off until Mania season now, where they can maybe after next week the New Day can separate out and actually have a decent feud, an elongated feud with somebody.
Mhm.
But it's Yeah.
Yes.
Be sure to tune in on Sped's Twitch channel, SP3DROCK, over on Twitch at 7:30 Central to catch the run-in behind the scenes.
Stuff.
That's when they break out the masks.
Oh, jeez. Oh, my God. Apparently, it's going to look like the oddities are on the backstage, apparently.
Oh, Lord.
That's where Big Mike becomes Grande Miguel.
So you bought a mask from the Chinese guy too?
Jesse, your thoughts?
I almost spit out my Sprite. That
Grande Miguel.
that was like perfect timing because I totally almost spit my Sprite everywhere.
That's the name of his Patreon channel.
Oh shit!
Patreon, hell, I went straight to OnlyFans, baby.
I was gonna say that's
Where
all
the money is.
Oh Lord!
What is it they say? I'm the top 0.1%.
We're talking about the tag match, Jess. What are you
Mike,
talking about?
Mike is truly the number one. Oh.
Tag match.
So,
was
Jesse, your
good.
thoughts on the tag match?
It was a good match. It wasn't like spectacular or anything, but it was good. Both teams are, I don't know, the War Raiders are boring to me. At this point, they've changed the goddamn names so many times. I can't keep it together. Jesus Christ. They've changed the name so many times.
So,
It's like hard to take them seriously.
It's gonna be
I mean, Ivar and I are about the same size. He could wear some of my suits. You gotta do what you gotta do.
We'll start having a new show. It's gonna be late night thoughts.
$20 is $20.
Late night with Big Mike.
No, that's his only.
Sponsored by Blue Chew.
Oh,
we
Jesus.
got to get these guys on the show now. We got to get a sponsorship. Oh my God, Mike, your thoughts on the match?
It's a good product, just FYI.
Let's save that snippet and use it. See, we're talking about it.
First of all, Jess, you are absolutely right. They keep changing the name so much that even Michael Cole got it wrong.
Yep.
He was like the War Raiders.
Those guys.
Okay, come on,
The big hairy guys.
you've got it written in front of you. Let's go. Come on. Decent match. I knew at this point that Creeds weren't going to win because if Ivy didn't win, then they shouldn't. Like that wouldn't have made any sense for them to win the tag belts.
Yeah.
So at that point, I just kind of lost interest in the match because I'm like, okay, you guys are just going to have another good match. Okay.
You got to do it back when it was Team Angle, like one pay-per-view, they all have matches and they all win. They just stand at the entrance and hold the belts up and just hold all the gold.
Mm-hmm.
Do one of those things for a month or two.
Well, and why weren't they out there to help her win and then her out there to help them win like that?
Yep.
Look, they've got to put it off until Gable gets back from the donkey show in Tijuana, and it's fine.
For those of you that play 2K WWE, I feel like he's going down to one of those shows to wrestle down in the game. Oh my God!
That little scenario looked really.
I'm gonna
sorry. I won't talk anymore, Jesse. Just so you can drink your Sprite. I'm sorry. That's the second time I've been almost spit out.
No, every time she drinks.
Every time I try and take a drink.
Man,
now I've got to be funny on command. Now I'm screwed.
Not really spinning, but so. But then after that match, LWO cuts a great promo. Rey Mysterio's back after his vacation. They'll be taking on the Boo Day at MSG next week, so they're definitely stacking up the card for next week on Monday.
Yeah, he's really proud of his LWO, so much so that he let Zelina leave. So proud of his LWO.
Well, he's proud of the LWO now.
Yeah, now it's like now he's so proud. So
we got rid of
proud.
her, so we're good now.
She had to go. She had to go be with hubby.
We got those two guys that we can't remember their names and Dragon Lee.
And I love how he says, "I'm proud of my Latinos," knowing there's a Filipino guy behind him.
That was my favorite thing in the world to hear him on an interview go, The truth is, I'm not Latino, but don't tell anybody that because that might screw me up.
Yeah, and he asked for permission to get the LW. You guys, I'm not Latino, right? Am I really allowed to get the LWO tattoo?
Can we do that? Can we do it? Because I just want to make sure.
Oh my God.
And then
But I guess Ray anointed him, so I guess they knighted him Latino.
That could work.
We'll let you in the
Now
club.
Latino.
We'll let you in the club. You can be one of us. It's cool. You can come on. You can play with us over here. Come on.
Yeah.
We come back from break. Braun apparently is cutting a promo for the international folks. It is what it is.
Yeah.
It's American Netflix.
Yeah, I
bro.
was like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, all of a sudden we got Finn in the ring and he's talking shit and there's Braun and I'm like, what the fuck did I miss? Like, did I miss
The
something?
Europeans are eating good, man. They catch the whole damn thing. So Finn obviously is like, you're lucky you're up there. If you were down here, I can take that. I'm inevitable. I'm amazing. Let's come down here. Obviously, it was a setup. Most of Judgment Day is down there. He takes out Carlito. He takes out Dominic. Looked like he was going to get a really good spear on Finn. Gets pulled out, and Carlito just eats a hell of a spear, man.
Or Carlito.
Thank God the good sports that they're like, you're doing the run, the read in, and you're like, oh, what? Come on! Sorry, you drew the straw this week. And Braun doesn't care. Braun literally probably walks by and goes, "Sorry, dude, you're getting it."
Sorry, dude.
Well, and
That's a pretty good spot right there.
Yeah, and we saw another spot of the demon mask backstage. So
it looks like not a cooler, maybe a cooler lunchbox, maybe
something.
It was there prominently. Now it's like in the background by a skull. So I was like, okay, all right, it's got to happen. The demon's got to come back. I'm hoping Mania. I'm here for it. So that'll be good. Jay in the back talking to Otis. Back to what me and Jesse always talk about. Same promo. Again. I don't know if he's going through something personally. He kind of said that at the beginning, so I don't know what's going on. Like he's got a lot of shit going on in his life, and then he started talking about Gunther, and he no one believes in him. He's going to be the guy, and I'm like, every week. Why did we announce him this quick to be the number one contender, man? Jesus, I get it for Chamber, but oh my God, every single week the same promo, rinse and repeat. But yeah, so that happens, and then we get our main event.
The bad thing though is he does like you were talking about Punk earlier. He doesn't even change the name. It's the exact same words every single week.
Same thing.
Mm-hmm.
2 words. Just we'll get there. 46.
That's why you need Blue Chew, because you said 2 words. He says 4 words. So if you had Blue Chew, you'd get all 4 words.
Get all 4 with Blue Chew.
Isn't it 3? Never mind.
Fuck, you guys are killing me tonight.
You gotta save all this and send it to them. See, look, we talk about you actively. This is the second show in a row. Let's go. Let's do this.
I'm shocked I haven't died of coughing yet from laughing.
Me and Mike gonna work on doing like the side commercial where we go from this and go, hey guys, real quick. I know we're watching the show, but let's have a quick conversation.
You just have a camera off to the side, and then we just switch.
Do one of these. So like we want to talk about.
Or hell, you saw the LWO promo. You don't even have to switch. I can still stay here and just have the camera at the side of my face like they did with Ray.
That is true.
They've started doing that a lot, where they're in the middle of a promo and all of a sudden it's a side profile. And I'm like, okay, are we just trying to find your good side? What are we doing here?
Ray doesn't have one. That's why he wears a mask.
Camera angles.
We're experimenting.
We forgot in promo class to teach people to turn your head.
And I think that's more so like you're doing something
at the camera,
like with like the boom, like look at the camera, just don't keep looking straight. Hard cam, the red light's here. Look over here.
Look at the camera.
Look at the red light.
Go to the light.
So no,
that escalated quickly.
Damn, Jess, don't go to the light.
Now we want Ray to die.
Damn, Jesse.
You've been talking to Tori.
Oh, God. Oh. All right.
Didn't go that far. Damn.
We get our...
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why if it's after 4 hours, you need to go to the emergency room.
don't even think we know where the rails are anymore.
No. There are no bumpers come with
They're
this.
way the hell over there at this point.
This crazy train just flies, baby. Let's go.
I burned the rails, the bridges,
All of
pretty
them.
much everything.
Burn the boats. Let's just
We
leave
have no
this.
ducks.
See, this is why we run our show starting at 8 Central, because like after 9:30, 10 o'clock Central, the filter in my brain like disintegrates and it's not there anymore. So yeah, this is why we have our show as early as we do. So this doesn't happen.
So you shouldn't have a pre-show. You should have a post-show. That's what you said.
Oh.
We're working on that. That may be coming in the future.
All right, let's get weird.
That one's behind the paywall, like you said.
Like CM Punk was saying in the chamber. Let's get weird. Awesome. So we come to the main event. I'm sure a lot of people thought they had this pigeonholed into what was going to happen. Io Sky, Rhea Ripley for the Women's World Heavyweight Championship. Again, these two women can go. What a match. Bianca Belair, obviously, is at ringside, taking in who she's going to be facing at WrestleMania. Goes back and forth. At one point, Io gets out of the ring. Bianca's cheering her on. Come on, get back in the ring. Whether she just wanted to see the match finish in the ring, not be a count out, things like that. Rhea takes offense. Those two start going at it. Jessica Carr asserting her dominance, telling these girls, "Shut up! Not on my watch. Get in the damn ring." Rhea goes up, man, distracted by Bianca. It's it. Io's the new Women's World Heavyweight Champion. Holy shit! I didn't.
Exactly what I said was holy shit.
Holy shit! Now before we go, we'll go around about the matches. Then I'll talk about before we came on. I think that's telling about a couple things, but I'll go around talk about the match as far as Mike. I'll start with you. Your thoughts on the outcome and the match in general.
Which one?
Regular Mike.
Again, which one?
Regular.
Take it out, Mike. You're Big Mike. Now, Grande.
You rarely ever call me Big Mike. That's the point.
Well, I have to now. Now I have to do Big Mike.
Now because we're
medium-sized
damn
Mike.
you.
Good Lord.
All right, El Gigante. Let's go.
El Grande.
Kick it out,
Big Mike. Okay, this Mike. All right.
Kind of Big Mike.
Yeah, no, these two girls can go. We knew it was going to be a great match. So I mean, the what we did there, having Bianca out there made sense because it added that little prestige to it. So to get ready for this, I had stopped the TV, went to put it on my phone, which Netflix is stupid and told me it was still playing out there, which it wasn't. Finally got it back on, and the match was already over. I had to rewind to be like, what the shit just happened?
Oh no.
Because it's Io holding the title. I'm like, what the hell? Just what?
Whoops.
So pop it back.
You can't just yada your way through that. You got to watch it.
Exactly. It's like, what? But definitely not expected. I mean, last night we got a lot of turns and a lot of special things, and I think they were just like, hold our beer. We're going to do it again. Just because. So great match, though.
Awesome. Big Mike, your thoughts?
Well, I mean, hell, somebody said earlier on Twitter, I don't know, I think it was, I don't remember who, but there was supposed to be a lot more twists and turns on the road to WrestleMania, even after the other night. And we were like, how the hell does that happen? And then they said, hey, look, here you go. It was like, okay.
Is that Will Smith meme?
Yeah, exactly.
You go.
Or the one where he's slapping people. Either
one.
Oh,
no, don't.
Either way.
Oh, I'm not doing it. Jesse, thoughts?
I was floored. Like, my jaw dropped as soon as that 3 count was counted. I was like, holy shit, I can't believe they actually did that. So I was definitely not expecting Io to win that match. Not at all. I thought it was going to be Bianca versus Rhea.
I think a lot of people think the same way. Share that sentiment. I don't think a lot of people thought Io was going to win that match tonight. If there was a poll, it would have been a lot to a little. I think, obviously, some stuff happened on Saturday. We have Jade getting involved, things like that with Bianca. I think Rhea was relieved of the belt for now. Obviously, nothing against Io, obviously. She's a great champion, great in the ring. But I think they didn't want her to be a part of that. If there's anything with her, with Jade, with Bianca. I think this is kind of a telltale sign that Jade is going to have something to do, whether it's a screw job or something like that, with that belt at WrestleMania. I think that's what it told me. As soon as I saw the win, I was happy, very happy for Io, very deserving. But I just think they took Rhea out to say, okay, Rhea, we can do something with you. Let's just keep that stuff over here so Rhea doesn't have a questionable loss or a questionable win, and we kind of leave it with Io. But those are my thoughts.
What if it ends up getting a 4-way out of it, though?
Yeah.
Because now Rhea's got a reason to try to get the title back. You get Jade in there because she finds out Bianca did what she did.
Yeah. Do you think they reveal that before Mania? I think that's a night after WrestleMania thing. That's like maybe she keeps her off enough to like, oh, Naomi. And then after Mania, Jade's like, oh, look what I found. Like you. Like, and then that kind of starts going into backlash.
It was you in a Naomi wig the whole time.
I'm telling you, that was very telling, man. When she came out and Naomi was doing one of these in the chamber. Wait, do you I gotta do this? You're gonna So Bianca wasn't crying because she was sad. She was just, damn, she's gonna break the cage and get in me next. She wasn't scared of that. She's like, oh shit, she's back. Oh no. Oh, so those are my thoughts. Whether it's gonna happen or not, I mean, I don't know. We'll talk about that more as we get closer down the road and we talk about predictions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that was cool. But
I mean, I think it ends up being a triple threat anyway. I think it's going to be Rhea, Io, and
you think Rhea gets back into the picture?
Yeah, I think it ends up being a triple threat, especially with Bianca kind of being out there with the distraction.
Mm-hmm.
If you wanted it to just be Io and Bianca, you didn't need Bianca out there tonight. The fact that she caused the distraction on Rhea tells me that she's going to get integrated into the match as well, and it's going to end up being a triple threat.
Triple threat or fatal 4-way either way would be good. I would appreciate that. Jesse?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just shocked at the ending to begin with, but I don't know if it's going to end up being a 3-way.
Yeet.
Maybe they need Blue Chew.
Oh my god. Okay.
Wait, I mean, if it's a triple threat women, don't they need, what is it, hers? Like the opposite of the him stuff, it's hers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. Oh.
And hey, I know we're mostly dudes, but hers, if you want to sponsor us, we'll take that too.
We're here too. We got plenty of women in the media group. Listen, let's go. So I think the episode was awesome. Awesome coming off of Chamber. Obviously, the big storylines, the one or two of them are over on the other show on Friday. But they did a great job, I think, with this title change, things like that. And I always love when these titles change hands on network TV. It's always it could happen. Yeah, 9 times out of 10, probably not. But there's always a chance. I think tonight was one of those where everyone's like, "Oh, okay, cute. Okay, they're running out there. Rhea. Oh shit, Io won." So that'll be good.
We'll get a whole other reaction package next week.
Oh yeah. So my thoughts, just real quick. So I want to run a little bit back. Obviously, we've had a lot of time, I should say, to look over social media, over the fallout from the Chamber match. John Cena selling his soul, quote unquote, to The Rock. I think it's more so doing what he needs to do. But aligning himself with the final boss to go obviously after Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania for the Undisputed Championship. Now, do you guys have any stock or put any stock in it of the 3 at Bad Blood, the 2 this past Saturday, I should say? Does anyone here think there's one more person left to drop? And I'm not counting Travis Scott in the least. That's the Dennis Rodman of the group. He's just there.
Has a hell of a
He's
right
been
hand.
training, apparently. He's been training, apparently.
Yeah, well, somebody's training that's fucking fake. Cody's face, dude, that thing.
He was fucked up.
No, you heard, like, I played it back. I was showing my wife, like, she fell asleep. I hear it, like, oh, yeah. You see Cody? Cody literally, like, covers up. He's like, bro, like, dude, it's fake. It's fake. Like, he whopped him. What are your guys' thoughts? If do you think there's another person? If there is, who do you think that person will be? I'll start with you, Jesse.
I have no idea.
Awesome.
I have no idea. I really don't. I really have no idea who that third person could be, because John Cena turning was a swerve, but it wasn't. Because like I said on our prediction show, I said if Cody doesn't turn, whoever wins is going to.
I was the only person in America that didn't think John Cena was going to win.
Yeah.
Wild.
Well, if it makes you feel better, I didn't until like a week before. And then finally it was like enough people was like, all right, I guess I see your point. of why it would make sense.
Yeah, no, that's when he won. I was like, okay, and then the look, and I went, oh, now, okay, now I get it. Okay, so Jesse, do you think there's an okay? You don't know who it would be. Do you think there's one more another shoe to drop in the group?
I don't think so.
No, so just Rock, Cena, Travis Scott, laying haymakers, hitting dudes stiff. Got it.
Yeah.
All right. Big Mike, your thoughts?
I think there is. I mean, just because he's setting up to have the whole corporate group. Who it is, I don't know. I mean, if you want your group to get major heat, I said it last week on a different kind of fantasy booking. You've got Logan Paul, who would do anything for more clout and more fame. He always wants to be more famous, so that his personality and his character would fit that. You've got the Miz you could throw in there since you're over on SmackDown now with going after Cody. The Miz even came out and said, well, if it's not you, it's going to be somebody else. So maybe did the Miz know something with him being the only person that actually said those words? Because everybody else just said, don't do it, Cody.
We talked about
Miz
that.
is the one that came out and said, well, if you don't, someone else will. So, I mean, I'd say there's at least one more. I mean, that's a good shout. Could be. He is all ego. He's trying to get anything he can.
And Ethan will suck up to anybody to get what he needs to get where he wants to go. So, all right, regular Mike.
I think Rock just doesn't know how to do hand gestures. I think that's all it is.
I don't know because he did it one time on SmackDown, and he literally kept. It was just he did the one like regularly before the storyline. So I think because it was very exciting. He did this. I watched it back a couple times. He did the two and like
If there is another one, I think it makes more sense for someone like The Miz rather than someone like Logan Paul or even Ethan Page, because it's someone that has history with The Rock, and he's a Hollywood star. And
see, I'll let Michael finish what he was saying, but I have something about Ricky that I'll bring up here in just a second.
Awesome.
Go ahead and finish your point, Michael.
No, that's pretty much the end of my thing. I mean, it's just to me, it would have to be someone that fits in the same type of people that they are, and that kind of feels more. Miz seems more like that if we're going to do it.
If anyone's already corporate, it's the Miz. Mike, what are your thoughts? What were you going to say about Ricky?
So with that, if it's the Miz, which I think it could be too, you've got Cena, Miz, Rock, and I'll even throw Travis Scott in there. So that puts 4 people.
Yep.
So Cody obviously needs a team, and hell, you could even throw somebody else in there 5th. Who in the world could Cody call to battle against a big WWE corporate team? I don't know. Maybe he's got some friends, like maybe a Matt Cardona, maybe a Nick Nemeth over in TNA. There's a partnership there. He's kind of gone up against the establishment at one point. Maybe a Ricky Starks who's new and wants to come up and be part of a group with his best friend. Maybe a CM Punk. He did mention The Rock and John Cena in his promo tonight. Just some people that he could call that are anti-establishment that he could easily call for a group and kind of go team versus team in like a Survivor Series or a War Games or something like that. It would be pretty interesting.
Well, if it's versus The Rock, there's one big anti-established name that couldn't make it work for last WrestleMania.
True. And he has said he's going to do everything he can to make it to 41.
Yeah.
And even Ric Flair came out and said something about being there. So we could have a Legends parade out here trying to keep it down.
I don't need to see that man have another.
Listen. He said he'll put up the blood. He'll put down the blood thinners for one night. He said it. He put it out on the tweet.
He just wants to make sure.
I don't want to see somebody die.
Again, in the ring. Again.
Yeah, in the ring.
So
look, I don't know if this is true, but Chris, if that happens and we get Cisco coming out to the thong song, I'm all
down. Let's do it.
That would have to become the theme of our shows. Like we just gotta like, like just. So I thought about it. It would be a perfect segue in. Yeah. It's almost like the WWE reviews. And now, sponsored Blue Chew presents Blue Chew.
War Games sponsored by the Thong Song.
Oh God.
Cisco comes
Jesus.
out. When Cody Rhodes comes out after Cisco with all the dancers and everything, it makes it a whole different whoa at
That's
that point.
Benjamin?
Yeah.
No, it's Cisco. Stop it. Oh, damn.
The logos on the mat will be completely different.
So I got to go on a weird way of kind of looking at things. And I take a look. I thought about it. I thought about it like who's someone that would hurt Cody. It has nothing to do with who The Rock wants. I think we're trying to we're putting it to Cody. This guy was involved in the Royal Rumble at the end. There's a lot of stuff going on right now with doubting himself. I think in some way, shape, or form, Jay maybe starts doubting himself enough where he needs to have help. And The Rock goes, tell you what, I'll make sure you win your match, but you need to make sure Cody doesn't win his. It's weird that the way that it was limited, he eliminated John Cena very easily. John just gets kicked out, and John's like, oh, all right, cool. Shakes his hand the whole nine. I have this weird feeling it's Jey Uso. Like Cody brought Jay into Raw. He's responsible for his shot now at Raw to win that. Like Travis Scott was with Jay in the premiere, brought Jay down to the ring. And again, I'm just long term. I'm just going back looking at spots where Jay was kind of associated with things. And Jay, like, man, maybe I can't fucking win this match. Rock. And Rock's like, all right, cool. You win that match, but you got to go down there and make sure he doesn't win that match. Win his match. You help John win. And it's an ultimate redemption where he helps John win when he eliminated Jim in the Rumble. He's like, you eliminated John. Now you go down there and help win the belt. I'm just looking at things of how this whole story could make sense and how it kind of weaves around. But I think it's Jey Uso. And you don't find out till WrestleMania. When he goes down and Cody's like, yeah, super kick. Boom. John does whatever he does, whether it's an STFU or AA. John wins the belt. And now Cody has literally been betrayed by someone who was like his closest person that he took under his wing, brought him to Raw, and was like gassing him up. And now Jay costed. He's a champion, and Cody's no longer a champion.
Yeah.
It's a trade. It's a trade for The Rock. It's a trade-off. And now The Rock The Rock pretty much now at this point would run all of WWE with two champions. Yeah. Jay in his pocket, who owes him, and of course John Cena, who figuratively sold his soul to have this. I honestly don't think John wins at Mania. I think that progresses. Something happens. He goes down to SummerSlam, but they want to do the third man, go wild with it, and get crazy stuff going on the night after WrestleMania, especially the Raw after WrestleMania. Jay interferes. Jay turns coat, and it's probably one of the highest Raws ever that'll ever be on Netflix, with Jay turning heel on night 2, costing Cody Rhodes the Undisputed Championship.
But how do you do that on night 1 to help Jay win without kind of letting it out of the bag?
Good point. Good point. Good point. Now I got to think about that now.
I will say that with that thought of like he gets people to hurt Cody to mix yours and Mike's thing together there. If we're leading to a War Games thing eventually with them, getting Ricky Starks would hurt him.
It would. Sure. Hard. Came over to the company and everything. You signed here and the heart. Yeah. That would be good. That's a good question, Mike. Yeah. Let's see. I honestly thought, like, not to get into the whole thing of like Mania's match. I thought Gunther was just going to smash Jay and just and everyone was like, oh my God. We thought he was going to just Gunther just be so victorious, like so over and crush it, win, walk away. And it's like, oh, whoa, wow. Like the total opposite of what everyone thinks is going to happen. To build Jay up down the road, obviously have another shot and get a win. But I was thinking Gunther's just going to crush him. I can't see Gunther dropping the belt, but that's why I can see things with The Rock involved. It all make you're like, damn, Gunther. Oh, okay. Well, The Rock wanted, it was his bidding. He wanted done. I don't know.
No, unless he gets Jimmy in his pocket too.
What? You want to?
Unless he gets Jimmy in his pocket too, and then he uses Jimmy.
Jimmy accidentally, yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's interesting.
Or even more, especially after tonight. You get to Mania, and then The Rock comes in to interfere in Cena's match and outruns CM Punk to run interference, and all of a sudden CM Punk turns.
Ooh, yeah.
The most anti.
Talk about breaking. Yeah, talk about breaking the internet at that point. If he turns around and kicks Cody Rhodes too, helps John Cena win the title.
I want to know at the end of the day. Obviously, it's going to happen after Mania, and there's going to be different title changes, things like that. What does Roman have to say about all this? There's no way he doesn't address this, or there's somehow involved in the storylines of The Rock going to all these other dudes. I would imagine that's the only way I can see those two where they're really everyone thinks it's over. The only way you keep those two by a thread and keep them like within like lines linearly is to be like, I couldn't trust you. You couldn't get it done. This dude beat you. Like I had to go get other people because I can't put my faith in you. You lost your bloodline, you lost your family, you lost your belt. You're a chief with no tribe, bro. You suck. Roman with no reigns. You suck. Get out of here. And then those two eventually, whatever Roman does to The Rock, I feel like those two finally touch up. I don't think it's Mania 42. It might be SummerSlam. I don't know. Personally, again, I'm going night 2. So
you hope it's SummerSlam?
I'm hoping everything happens at SummerSlam. Are you kidding me? I want the 17th reign to happen. I want Roman and Rock. I want everything, baby. Like, but no, but I think that's how they keep those two kind of in the same stratosphere of. Now Roman eventually gonna be like, yo, screw you, man. All these other dudes. What about me? And he's like, you suck. I couldn't trust you. You lost everything. I couldn't count on you. And then he kind of thwarts The Rock, and The Rock finally, it's the kind of the one where he's the head of the table, and The Rock will go away again for a while until about 323 days from now, WrestleMania 42, he'll come back. But yeah, I think that might be something to think about. Again, we all speculate wildly, and I think we all have great ideas of where we could go. But yeah, I think that's kind of where I think Jay does it, and then down the road, Roman and Rock. So that's just me, man. What do I
tell you? I posted on Twitter earlier, and this is the thing that's been running through my mind since it happened. I get everything was scripted out. It played out exactly the way it was scripted, but just playing devil's advocate, you have this whole plan where John Cena turns and everything else. What happens if Cody says yes? What does John Cena do at that point? He's like, oh, hey, yeah, wait, I'm supposed to, I must kick you, or I don't know. I just,
you're not that stone, Chris.
Timu, that's fucked up. At least just be regular MJF. I gotta be Timu MJF. You're rocking for a block, Chris. Jesus. No, but it makes perfect sense. There's so much. I was on a space earlier, and they were like, do you like getting swerved? And I'm like, yes. When I don't know when none of us know what's going to happen, and none of us can predict it, and it's out of left field, and it makes perfect sense. That's what wrestling's so good. Because like we've all been watching this for years, and we're like,
that question was interesting.
Huh?
That question was very interesting because the way it was coming across from it was like, if you're a person who gets informant, like I get informed about things, and then it gets turned out that you got swerved in that information. Are you okay with it? And it's like, hell yeah, I'm a fan. I don't care if Tripp himself called me up and said, hey, this is what we're doing tonight, and then I find out it's completely different. Sweet.
Yeah. And I made sure to talk about that too, about as far as like, back in the day with Vince, man, there was so many leaks and so much stuff going on. Now, Trips has pretty much gotten it down where everything's airtight. Whatever the leaks were, whoever it was, he found them because it's pretty airtight. I mean, obviously people can like kind of stab at it and get right here and there. Oh, I called it. Yeah, it was your 1 in like 45, buddy. Like you got lucky, but actually, like this is the winner. This is the sheet. I saw it. Yeah. Like that stuff doesn't really happen anymore.
I think that was a plan though, because like it was the last like 4 or 5 months where things were getting leaked and it was completely wrong. And so I think
definitely said all false info. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think they were sending out all that false info, finding out, all right, who's giving away stuff here.
And I was talking, I think Jess, I sent the DM to, it was like, I saw this stuff. Was it Friday night? Friday night, I was at work, maybe Saturday morning, like, oh my God, the spoilers. Spoilers? How the hell do you have spoilers? Like, this show didn't even happen yet. Yeah. And it was everyone saying Drew. And then someone showed what it said. It was like CM Punk, it was like Punk and Rollins, those two, so they're out. And then Logan Paul and Cena, they're out. It was just, he was just deducing down to get down to Drew McIntyre. Like anyone could, we all could have done that.
Yeah.
I was like, that's not a spoiler. That's just someone kind of like.
So I've heard a lot of stuff about that too. What gave it, I guess, credence was the same guy that said that is also like the only person other than Tori and Mike, who said it too, that, predicted Jey Uso to win the Royal Rumble. Apparently the same guy that did that said before anybody else that Jey Uso was going to win the Royal Rumble, that he had sources saying that it was going to happen, and it happened. And so now he comes back and says, well, my same sources are telling me, or whatever, that Drew McIntyre is going to win this. And then Triple H said, I got you. He's going to go out first.
Right. Hold my beer real quick. I'll show you.
I think it was a better.
The way he went out too, like I love Drew. I really do. I love the character. I love everything about him. I've loved him since he was the Chosen One, man. Like, but dude, to make that man go out first, man. Like
with another roll up.
But like it's like obviously he's a team player, but like when you get all right, so Drew, Drew's like, bro, first one? Like, damn, what about Logan? The hell, man? Like me?
No, what he tells him is, Drew, I'm going to put you out first, but you're going to go on social media and cry and bitch about it, and your merch sales are going to continue to grow and grow and grow, and you're going to be a millionaire over and over again.
Yeah.
And then I'll let you win something down the line. And Drew's like, okay.
Jing. I'm still waiting for the Drew McIntyre shirts. I'm waiting for him.
Yeah.
Actually, I saw a comment I just wanted to bring up real quick. I'm sure you guys saw it too. This is interesting. That would be deep. Like that's next level wild shit. Like bring it up like Brandy, man, and bring his wife into it, man. That's tough. Like that would be wild.
Brandy could, but I mean,
well, no,
Dustin's already said he's going to end in AEW, so that's not going to.
I'm just saying, but you bring in Brandy, like, and that's how it goes. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, that's dark. That's dirty. Oh, oh.
Have the dog turn on him too. Why not?
Oh, don't talk about Pharaoh, man. Come on.
Pharaoh bites him.
I got my leg, man. Awesome. But yeah, man, I'm excited. I think we talked about on Saturday after the road to Mania is winding a lot of different exits, a lot of different turns and twists. I'm very, very excited for it. And I think the next 46 days are going to be amazing. I can't wait for it. So
agreed.
Awesome. Well, guys, thank you so much. I know it's a little late. We're all tired. I know me and Mike are exhausted. Like, just gotta go. For those of you, Big Mike, by the way, sorry. For those of you that don't usually watch, Jesse B, where can we find you on socials?
Well, if I'm not co-hosting something with you, you can find me at Jess Skywalker 10 on X or at the Lowdown with Princess Skywalker and John Anthony on YouTube.
She had a cue card in front of her. She got it.
I am getting better at not glitching out on my Twitter handle when I'm
You
talking.
can find me at Jess Skywalker 10.
You can find me at...
And make sure that you say, oh, wait, that's not me. No. Big Mike, where can we find you?
Cody, I want your soul. Oh, wait, sorry.
Oh, God.
No, that's on the wrist. That's...
I mean, you see it. You can pretty much find me everywhere at _ Big Mike 27, whether it's X, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. Again, maybe if you throw MySpace in there, it may come up too. Who knows? Yeah, check us out Thursday nights, 8:00 at the Run In Wrestling Podcast, 7:30 at Spedrock's Twitch, SB3DROCK, where our behind the scenes will start 30 minutes early, 7:30 Central. You get some of the same craziness, not quite as crazy, but some of the same stuff that you heard tonight from me and from Sped.
Awesome. And Mike, from Kicking Attitude, where can we find you and Tori?
So you can find our show at Kicking Attitude everywhere except for on X. We are at Kicking Attitude PC there. You can find me personally at Horror Wrestling. You can find Tori at Tori Henson 76.
And I think after tonight's show, we have to specify it's horror, HORROR, not WHORE.
Oh my God.
Yeah, not horror.
If we get Blue Chew, though, I'll change it. I'm just saying.
I mean,
real quick, last thing I'll throw up on the screen. I know we're doing it like we're doing outros, but like thoughts?
No.
I mean, it would make sense for her to be in it because he called her out name specifically.
Come get your man.
She actually responded on Twitter too earlier tonight.
Oh, I didn't see that.
So yeah, if you want to see it, go check out Becky Lynch's Twitter. She posted a picture in a response there. Not that she needs me to help promote her, but there you go, Becky. If you want to sponsor us, at _27. I don't turn down any sponsors. I don't care if anybody wants to sponsor me. I don't care.
You only put so many more signs in the room that are in the camera view. So for those of you who are tuning in already, if you don't know, you can find me everywhere at Chair Shot Sports. Mondays at the Rundown, Fridays on the SmackDown Shakedown, and Wednesdays co-hosting the Lowdown with myself and Jesse B, covering everything AEW and just probably every other week doing interviews. For those that don't know, if you haven't seen it on Twitter, me and Big Mike down here will be having our an interview tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with former WWE wrestler Donovan Dijak. He'll be on with us at 7 p.m. So definitely
Destiny Pro World Champion.
Yes. Absolutely. Very, very excited. This has been a long time coming. So I'm very excited. I know Big Mike is very pumped as well. So it's going to be a good interview. It's going to be fun.
Yep. And then Wednesday night on the Lowdown, we have editorial Danny on the show, who is responsible for doing all the Julia Hart vignettes when Julia Hart was coming back from her injury, as well as I believe she does the new intro. She did the new intro to Dynamite as well.
Awesome.
She is uber fucking talented.
Yeah, we'll definitely talk to her about that as well. That's exciting to know that she does all that stuff for AEW, so that's good for her. Awesome. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. We'll all convene on Friday after SmackDown for available, but definitely plan on getting together next Monday after all. I'm sure it's going to be a wild show coming out of Madison Square Garden, so I'm excited for it.
Absolutely.
Awesome, guys. So for the mics, Jesse B, I'm John Anthony, guys. Thank you so much. Everyone have a great week.